Hey guys, and welcome back to another one. Now, as you can see on screen, I've got a really nice laptop over here. This is the Macbook early 2015, and regardless if this is the machine for me or not, one thing I've got to give to Apple, which is in terms of design, this laptop is just beautiful or gorgeous. I have no other word for it. In terms of portability, really lightweight and really awesome in general. By the way, this laptop is not mine, so a big thumbs up over there for Daniel Moreira for lending me for a couple of days. Actually, more than a couple of days, so that I could make at least two videos, this being one of them, and then another that I will share in a few days with you guys. But this particular video is not about the MacBook, it's about a USB Type-C multi-port adapter from Minix, and I did review a lot of Minix machines and devices so far, but this is the first time that I'm testing out a adapter. So starting, and no intro in this particular video, so let's go straight for this review, and starting with the unboxing. There's not much that I can say about the unboxing, but once we open the package, we will find the usual documentation, a user guide, and a Minix brochure, and of course the USB Type-C multi-port adapter. Now, in terms of build quality, it's made of a metallic enclosure, two pieces, one unibody that covers the adapter, and then the bottom cover also made of the same material, and it looks and feels like brushed aluminium. And I would almost risk to say that this is the same material here and here. Even the texture is the same. I cannot tell any difference when closing my eyes and touching one and another. So if I will try not to forget, but if I forget someone on that side of the screen, hopefully will remind me to take a high resolution picture to show you better the texture, because I cannot show that on video. It's impossible. Now, it's really well built, and that is the message that I would like to send to that side of the screen. I also am going to do a non-scientific test here with a plastic device, and then so it completely different from any type of plastic or cheap device, which is nothing wrong with cheaper devices, but this is a high quality adapter. Moving along, we have available to purchase three colors in this particular case that will match our MacBook color. We have the space gray, the silver, and the gold, which on this particular case I'm using the silver model, as you had the chance to see here. In terms of connectivity, we will find at the front two USB 3.0 ports, one micro SD card slot, and one full-sized SD card slot. On the left hand side, one Gigabit Ethernet port. At the back, one USB Type-C port for charging, and either a VGA or HDMI connection depending on the model that we choose. On the top, that Minix logo that we have seen a lot here on the channel, and at the bottom, 4 rubber feet to avoid that the adapter moves around on our desk. So definitely very useful to have these 4 rubber feet on this device. Now, in terms of usability, at least that I can think of, there are 2 ways. One of which is to use it on the go, for example, to take it to a classroom and connect the laptop to any of our peripherals, a projector, USB devices, SD cards, Ethernet, and so on, with just one adapter. Now, the other way that I see it is as a docking station. This is not the technical name, sorry, that Minix called. It is a multi-port adapter, but I can see this as a docking station where we have everything plugged in to the adapter, and once we come home or to the office or anywhere else that you like to have this device, we just need to plug one single cable, and that's it. We can use it to everything now, including a second screen, either for a bigger image or 2 screens for multitasking, which it is the way, in my opinion, of course, the way that I prefer to see this device being used. But this, of course, will pretty much depend on our personal needs. Now, this is a plug-and-play device for the most part, but if we want to use the Ethernet connection, we will need to go to the Minix website, and those instructions are on the manual quick user guide. We will need to download a driver, install, which is pretty easy, and then once we reboot the machine, it will be ready to use the Ethernet connection. So that's the only thing that we will need to install. It's a driver for the Ethernet connection, and that is it. Now, before we finish this video, you guys know me, at least those that follow the channel, that I needed to test this device, or at least do some kind of benchmark. And what I did was to connect everything that I could on the ports, but to use a Samsung 850 Evo SSD on a USB 3.0 enclosure, which is the Initech that you guys have seen here on the channel, and I used Blackmagic speed test to max out the USB connection, and at the same time I used the network speed test tool to see if I had any bottleneck. And for those that follow the channel, you have seen the 850 Evo benchmarked here, so you guys know that it reaches about 400 to 410 megabytes on reads and about 290 megabytes on writes over USB 3.0 in a lot of devices that I've tested, and we could reach those speeds here through this multiport adapter. But when pushing the download speeds at the same time to a 100 megabits connection of download speed, we can see definitely a slowdown on the SSD to about 360, 370 megabytes on read. So a little bit of bottleneck over there, which on my opinion is not bad at all, having in consideration that we are driving a full HD display plus all the other peripherals. And to be honest, in a real world situation, it will be really hard to be maxing out a SSD on a USB connection plus a connection of 100 megabits continuously. So it's really hard on a real world usage to have those two simultaneously maxing out. But this will depend on your personal usage. And that is it, guys. There's not much more that I can say about this little device. Hope that you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did so, don't forget that usual thumbs up. My name is Roberto Jorge, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.